y'all a little bit. Come on, Khadijah, and walk. And walk. That's a good music and walk. Yes, ma'am. Walk. Take your time and spin around. Yes, ma'am. And walk. And walk. And walk. With elegance and with grace. And with elegance and with grace. You better walk, Khadijah. You better walk. One more time. One more time. One more time. You're looking at a miracle. You're looking at a breakthrough. Walk, Khadijah. Walk. 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 Hype your sister up. Hype your sister up. Hype your sister up. Hype your sister up. You better walk. Woo!
Hello, you guys. How you guys doing? Wonderful. So yes, you see it. That's where I come from. That's what it is. That's my real. That's my truth. Coming through a long struggle of environmental situations, unfortunate situations to my own self, molestation, things of that nature, and I thought that life was what was the pinnacle of life. Going out to the clubs, being the hot commodity, men wanted you, they'll do anything for you. I didn't sleep with all of them, but I got everything I wanted, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I didn't like that person. So even though that looks nice, appealing and all that, I was still broken in the inside from things that had happened. And a lot of times we put on these facades. We have a ratchet side, but then we know God, and we kind of we battle with that, right? Imbalancing. Yes. And a lot of times we judge our own self to the point where we become shamed, our heads down, lack of confidence, not knowing who we are, whose we are, and just walking around this life as if we don't know that God is for us. And even though you may not have a relationship with God to the point where you go to church every Sunday or you Holy Ghost filled or all of these above, God gets in you and do that. It is not about coming to get something from someone. Come on. You're coming to get something from God, which is the change maker. He created all of us, right? He taught us all how to walk the walk. Nobody can do that for you. I grew up in church. From the age of 7 years old, I transferred from Muslim to Christianity, and even with all of that, I still didn't know who I was. My God. I still didn't know the greater one that lives within me, right? I went to school, went to church all the time. My mom would pray over me and things of that nature, but I felt lonely. I felt, truth be told, I felt ugly. And, right. And the thing about it is, people look at your exterior, and sometimes we look at our own exterior and we judge ourselves like, okay, I got it together, just by what we look like. And that's not true. You could be broken, you could be ready to commit suicide, you could be ready to jump off a building, you could be ready to do a lot of different things that are detrimental to yourself, and where God really wants you to be, right? So with me, I'm a mother of 3. My first child I had at 19, and some people may say that's not early. It's early. It's early when you are still a girl. It's early when you don't know how to be a mother or be a woman. It's early when you don't know about responsibilities. It's early when you haven't actually tapped into who God has called you to be. It's very early. And so I lived in shelters. I lived from pillow to post. I was hungry nights. All because of pride. All because I had created this illusion that I didn't need anyone. And because of that, I went through seasons, you guys, seasons of just torment mentally, right? And spiritually, fighting against who I was and who God had called me to be. But then, one night God told me, straight like this, if you do what I called you to do, I promise you, I will take care of you and Xavier beyond measure. Beyond measure. And I heard it clear as day. Can't nobody tell me that wasn't God. And so I decided to move. I went to Denver, Colorado. I stayed out there. I started pursuing my nursing degree. And it was up. It was up. God put me in so many great positions, you guys. I began to open my mouth. I began to walk in who he called me to be. I began to network with my community. I began to just get out here and just share with people who God was. And it was like a fluster of people just started gravitating to me. And I was like, Lord, what do you want me to do with that? And he was like, that's your purpose right there. That's why I let you get in the clubs and meet everybody. That's why I made you beautiful. Not for you to be out here doing all that, for you to attract it. For you to attract the people, right? I attract people, but God does all the rest. And so, you know, where I am right now, you guys are looking at a 35-year-old mother of 3, newly engaged. I have a business. And I've had that business for about 5 years, very successful, not because of me, but because of God. God broke me. God broke me. He broke me, humbled my back, humbled my mouth, my attitude, my demeanor I'm working on, but he's still getting in there doing the work. And, you know, I'm just grateful. I'm grateful for the opportunity to talk to you all. I'm just, my key thing right now is know who you are. Know whose you are, right? Didn't nobody make you. God made you. So you have to tap into the maker. And you have to ask him, what is it about you that he needs for you to step out and be who he's called you to be? What is it about you? And why not you? Why not now? Who told you you can't do what God has called you to do? Who told you that? Who put limitations on you? Are we putting limitations on yourself? Did you put limitations on yourself? Let's get up out of that. Let's go from the old and go to the new. Walk your walk, talk your talk, be confident, know who you are, know whose you are. And I could drop the mic, but I'm not. But, you know, it's just that simple, you know. So let's just go be blessed, go be awesome women of God, and do what he's called us to do.
Amen.